Something about togetherness, what holds a relationship together, and what's going to hold your relationship together. So I picked a couple of lines out of the song. The first one is, I'm so in love with you, obviously. And, I was not yet going. It says, whatever you want is all right with me. This idea that is first, thought around togetherness is thinking about the other person. And one of the ideas about what love could mean to you, it being a together unit, is saying, I want what's best for you. I want you to live your dreams. I don't want you to live mine. I want you to live yours. And then I want you to find out what mine are really like. And how you don't let familiarity stop you from looking for the new. Finding ways to say something really cool about each other that you might not have seen the day before. Togetherness, it says, no matter the circumstances around us, we can do it. All right? And happy and sad and good and bad are great ideas for what marital bliss really is. This marital bliss is imperfection. It's about two human beings saying, we're together in this, we belong together, we're made to be together, and we're going to stay together. Because that's what love wants us to do. It was just a suggestion.
The meaning of Sarah is princess. Renee means reborn, and Finlay means fair warrior. The more you are. So, as I ask you to be my bride, I offer you these promises. I will do my best to love you, respect you, and honour you as my princess, my number one. I will take delight in you and help you to always find joy in life. I will pray with you and for you. We both believe that God exists and that He is good, even when life is cruel. I will pursue God with you and will do my best to live a life that honours He and you in good times and bad. Sarah and I think you are a daughter of God, and I will pray that you always know His great love. And lastly, my fair warrior, I want to always be in your corner, no matter what battles you may be in, fighting for you when you need me to, and comforting you when you're wounded. I make these promises to you in front of my family, in front of our families, our friends, asking you to be my friend, my life companion, and my wife.
Andy.
Andrew, you are my buddy and my delight and one of my soulmates. You constantly inspire me to be fully alive and to be a better person. In front of our community and our families, I ask you to be my husband. I take you as you are, loving who you are now and who you are yet to become. I will respect you as my partner and equal. I pray that our love will deepen and strengthen in the years to come. I will seek to let love, with a capital L, consume and transform me, so that I might be the kind of wife who cares for you, serves you, forgives and accepts you. Embracing vulnerability, mystery and wonder, I will listen to you and keep learning about you. I will be a comfort and an encourager and a safe place for you. I will be true to you in good times and in difficulty, bearing together whatever sorrow and joy comes across my heart. I will laugh with you, cry with you, grow with you, and create with you. All that I am and all that I have, I share with you. Recognizing God as our first love and Creator, may our love overflow in kindness towards humanity and creation. I honour, trust, and respect you, and I will stand by you as long as I live.
I'd like to tell you, yeah, just what I've been going through. might watch each hour go by, hoping and praying that someday I will be your guy.
Show themselves to the side of the room. Looking good, guys.
Thank you. It's when one thinks about the speech, it's easy, but when one gets up and, well, actually, when I was sitting in the service and watching Sarah and Andrew marry, I realised that this might be somewhat difficult to give because I was deeply moved, and it was lovely to see you guys both looking so beautiful. I got the chance to actually put them through a practice yesterday because I really wasn't able to be there at that time, and it was really, really one of the most difficult wedding practices I've ever been. The groom was really struggling to kiss the bride in front of me. I'm glad that you got over that now. But anyway, I've got to be brief. But first of all, thank you all for being here, but also for all of your input into their lives and into this occasion as well. A lot of people have stretched themselves hugely for this event, and I want to thank you all for your participation in this wonderful occasion. Not the least Andrew and Sarah and all that you've done in making it happen. I just wanted to say a few things about Sarah and then about the kind of husband that we were wanting Sarah to find. Sarah, from her earliest years, has been an incredibly sensitive, compassionate person, and she has always had a heart for those who are on the other side of the track, those who are in trouble. It started most concretely at about the age of 6 when she initiated a garage sale in our church to raise funds for, I'm not sure if it was the Ethiopian famine. Unfortunately, I think the money that was raised, about $800, went to Tear Fund, to World Vision. So not Tear Fund. I'm sorry about that. But that was her, and of course she went on and did development studies, a master's in that, and an honours degree in that as well, and then moved into the youth side of work, having looked at mission. But it just seems to me such a wonderful mix for Sarah and Andrew to be together, knowing Sarah's heart and Andrew's heart as well. Sarah also has been incredibly loyal. I think she takes that from the Curry side of the family, but the Finlay family is pretty loyal. There's so many stories I could tell about from very young of her loyalty to her friends and her family, and she continues to be there. And thank you for that. I won't keep on singing her virtues, except to say this: there was a comment made about all these people spending all this time and energy to make them look their best. I'm a fairly old-fashioned male. As far as I'm concerned, Sarah didn't need any help at all. She could have just come along and she felt up this morning, and I would have been quite happy. And I think beauty is something that shines out, and that's good. Now, so we have prayed, my wife and I, Chris, who's somewhere, kids, we've prayed for a husband for Sarah for a long time, and we had some qualities that we were looking for. We needed somebody who had some culture. I'm fairly simple on that. I figure anyone who likes cricket has got enough culture for me. It shows that he knows about patience, he knows about frustration. If he's a follower of New Zealand, he knows about utter frustration. And also he knows how to win and he knows how to lose. And he knows how to boast. But Andrew hasn't boasted much. But so Andrew's okay on the culture side. Also, we wanted somebody with compassion, and Andrew shows that in so many ways. He's difficult to pin down if he's in a group because he's always moving around, meeting people, connecting, and of course working in ways that seek to So, got that there. But the third thing, just to finish with this area, and I was a preacher, so I'm going to expand on this one. We really felt we needed someone who loved Christ, who was a follower of Christ. Now, I don't mean by that necessarily church and all those sort of things, because for some of you I know church might be an off-putting thing, but Christ himself, something special. There's 3 aphorisms that Jesus gave that relate to love and marriage. And the first one was, you should love your neighbour as yourself. And I like that one, because loving yourself is about accepting yourself as you are, and being real to that, and feeling confident in that. And to love your neighbour as yourself is surely to accept them as they are, to allow them to be real, and to encourage them to be their full self. And so that's loving your neighbour as yourself. And then he said another thing. He said, you should do unto others as you would have them do to you. And so the things that you've learned for yourself, that make a difference to you, that help you to become the man or the woman that you're kind of wired to be. The things that encourage you, the things that strengthen you. These things you do to the one you love. And then Jesus also said to the man, in a relationship, you should love your wife as I love the church and gave myself up for it. It's about, even when it doesn't work for you well, you give of yourself for the other. You sacrifice for the other. And marriage is simply about following Jesus and being real and being honest and being true and being sacrificing to one another and building together a relationship that is not for you, but it's for the world. And it's for the people that are precious to you, but also the people that you care for, the people that you know are not going to fair go. And so together, Chris and I, who's busy with the children still, we're glad to be here today. We're thrilled for this marriage, and we've enjoyed meeting Michael and Elspeth, and we'll get to know them better over the years, and also your family, your groomsmen, and of course Sarah's bridesmaids. Thank you all. Bless you.
I actually work for World Vision, so on behalf of World Vision, thank you, Sarah, for that fundraising. Andy and I are friends, though, even though he's at Teflon, so we're all good. All right, now we've got Mike, Andrew's father. Come on.
I'll do my best to read my wife's writing. Thank you, Chris, for the warm words you said about my elder son. Okay, I'll do that. Right. I won't stand on the cord. Hello, everybody. Firstly, guests, again, thank you for attending, deciding to come, making all the necessary arrangements, and some of you have come from a very long way, and others have come from not such a long way, but you've had to make big decisions and efforts to do it. Thank you. You not only encourage bride and groom, but also us parents who have long anticipated today. Chris and Chris, this is what the computer says I must say, in this order. On behalf of my own beloved, Elspeth, we're pleased to welcome you as our two families merge, with all kinds of new relationships that will happen as a result. We welcome the older Finleys to the world of the android, and we ourselves prepare to peer into that of the sauropod. Now, Sarah, to you. Wonderful now to have two daughters in our male-orientated family. Otherwise, the only boys. Now, when Jess took on the care and management of our Jeffrey. Such an encouragement to Elspeth and me. And we too have long prayed for and wondered at the unknown woman who might emerge from the unseen to do likewise for Andrew. Now, some of you are much younger than us, but there's a famous picture from the Second World War in London. It's at St Paul's Cathedral, standing up amidst the smoke and the flames and the roar of wartime. Undamaged, it's standing there. Now, there have been many other fine young women, talented, lovely, who I have longed to have as daughter-in-law. I've seen them come and go, as sadly. Yet always after that friendship that was enjoyed, Andrew remains standing, untouched, unburned, triumphant in his glorious bachelorhood. So you, Sarah, are clearly very special. For Andrew has succumbed to your unique firepower. Now, a hint for a new young wife. A good wife always forgives her husband whenever she is wrong. Andrew, my son, don't get up. Be very careful of keeping secrets from Sarah. Secrets can lead to wrong conclusions. Years ago, my very good friends and buddies, Ken and Beth, married. Beth had a hidden secret. Ken had a hidden secret. His was actually a problem with very smelly feet, which meant very smelly socks. Ken had managed to hide this affliction. I don't know how. Beth, likewise, had managed to conceal her early morning bad breath. However, women so often are more courageous than men in confessing or owning up. And Beth had determined to be honest and own up the very next morning. As they woke after a blissful first night, she gently turned towards Ken. I can't quite read what you've written here. Gently turned towards Ken, murmuring, "Darling, I have a confession to make." At this hushed proclamation, Ken recoiled violently. "Don't tell me," he cried. "You've eaten my socks." Okay, to conclude with, you must allow each other some personal space. You are two cultures coming together, and it is unreal to think that your needs will ever be 100% identical. Why, in our marriage, Elspeth and I had separate interests that we didn't partake in the other's interests. I would go into my man cave, my workshop. Elspeth joined a garden centre. Indeed, at the garden circle luncheon once, Elspeth was able to proudly say that until she met me, she never knew what compost was. Also, never go to sleep angry. The longest Elspeth and I have ever gone without sleep is only 5 days. I'm beginning to tremble now with nervousness, so I'm going to say, go to your marriage, Andrew and Sarah. God bless it with humour and every good thing.
I'm not quite sure what the moral of the story is from there, but there could be so many. So we look forward to hearing from you guys what the moral of the story is as it unfolds for you too. Alright, now we're going to hear from Simone, Sarah's beautiful maid of honour.
Okay, it's been my absolute privilege to have been Sarah's friend since we were 13 years old. I was new to Christchurch, my family having recently moved here, and Sarah took me under her wing, not only at high school, but also at youth group. We bike to school together every day, enjoying great chats and laughs, and have shared numerous adventures along the way through school and also through university. And we both ended up leaving Christchurch at the same time, with a similar time, and remained in close contact ever since. Some of the qualities that I admire about Sarah, and I'm sure Lauren and Janice would agree. The first one is her incredible compassion. Sarah is very encouraging, insightful and caring, and she writes the most amazing cards with the most amazing words. She's also a great storyteller. I live in Wellington and Sarah's obviously in Auckland, and whenever we catch up she always has a great story to tell. And you can pretty much count on Sarah to not only have one story but possibly 2, 3 or even 4. So you never have to worry about not having one yourself, because she always has heaps. The other quality would be Sarah's amazing vision and passion, combined with creativity. She's a designer, an artist, a photographer, a poet, a songwriter, a singer. And I think she's someone who's always stood out from the crowd. I can recall when we were in youth group years and years ago, and Sarah was always sketching designs on pieces of paper. And one night at youth group she turned up and the whole room sort of went silent and looked towards the doors as she entered, and she was wearing these tight purple jeans with her own personal designs painted down the legs, and they were quite something, quite amazing. And we were all in awe, really. The other quality is her leadership. Sarah has the ability to mobilise others to get on board. I was speaking with a mutual friend of ours, Mel, who's down the back there, and she was recalling when Sarah was president of Christian Union at Canterbury University, and there was a ball to arrange and a camp as well, and it wasn't just any ordinary ball or camp like the ball. Apparently it wasn't just music and dancing, there was a painted Hollywood banner and amazing decorations. And the same with the camp, there was op shops and art stations and all kinds of different things. She just got an amazing vision. The other quality would be Sarah's depth of passion for justice and for people. I think it's very hard to walk away from a conversation with Sarah without feeling more inspired and more energised and more engaged with the world. She has this gift of bringing life through her conversations with others. And all of these qualities are obviously underpinned by an amazing relationship with God. Sarah's relationship with God is at the core of who she is and how she relates to others. And I find am hugely inspired and challenged by that. I can recall one day when Sarah was in Wellington, I think it was for a work trip, and she had one of her stories to tell, except this one was an extra special one. Sarah had been on a blind date with a really lovely guy called Andy, And as you can imagine, with Sarah's storytelling ability, the description in detail was of the highest quality that I felt like I was actually on the date with them. I knew from the start that Sarah was smitten. I remember her saying, "He really listens." And Andy's date ideas following the blind date were incredibly creative and thoughtful. I also caught up with Sarah's parents, Chris and Christine, at a mutual, I think it was a family event, because our parents are friends, and I can recall, talking with Chris and Christine separately, and they both were singing Andy's praises, very much so. So I was yet to meet Andy, so my expectations were pretty high, as you can imagine. So my first introduction to Andy wasn't actually in person. It was via a video recording. So Sarah had been to Cambodia to visit Andy. He was there for work, and she was so excited to show me who this Andy was, what he looked like, how he spoke, all those kind of things. And so she played a video to me. Now, I don't know if any of you are familiar with the game Heads Up. But it's a hilarious guessing game where basically you have to act out, it could be anything. In this case it was an animal, and you have to guess it within a certain amount of time. So it was Andy's turn to... Oh, actually, I should also say that Sarah was very sick, so she'd become unwell with a tummy bug in Cambodia while she was there seeing Andy. So they were passing the time by playing games, I think. Anyway, so Sarah was up and it was her turn to guess what Andy was. And so the video I saw was of Andy acting out an eel. It was pretty impressive, actually. Pretty impressive. So, when I finally did have the pleasure of meeting Andy in person, he did not disappoint. An absolute legend, and I can totally see how just so happy and relaxed Sarah is with you, and how you definitely do, bring out the best in her. So, yeah. So, I think you guys are both amazing, and have absolutely no doubt that, this is the beginning of an amazing adventure. I don't think life will ever be dull for either of you. I think you both are people who are full of life and colour, creativity, and goodness. And just want to, to honour both of you today for the qualities you bring, and really excited about what's to come.
Thank you so much, Simone. Andy will be glad he gave more than the usual 45 minutes to the blind date with Sarah. He found himself talking for 4 hours. So, all right. So we are going to hear now from Jeff, Andy's best man and brother. Now, there's nobody I've ever seen sort of simultaneously adore and be infuriated by somebody as Jeff is with Andy. He just has... So swallow whatever you've got currently in your mouth in case I'm nervous that you'll choke when Jeff starts talking, or because we don't know what might happen, but brace yourselves.
Hello. I'm actually really nervous. I didn't think I would be. Usually I would have drunk a bit more in preparation. We're pretty dry here, so I apologise. If I start to ramble, or if I start speaking too quickly, just throw something at me. So I may just end the speech. If you knock me out, that's fine. But we'll get into it. So hi, I'm Jeff, Andy's brother, as announced. First up, ladies, you looked awesome. Sarah, I know you had a bit of issue with the dress, but it came out perfectly, and well done with that. Guys, fantastic. Awesome. So, last night when I got home, finally get the kids in bed, they take a bit of doing, soaking away all the aches and pains of just being awesome, basically. And I was in a mellow, peaceful mood. Yeah, let's not turn this into the roast of Andrew Robinson. It would just be far too easy. There's too many stories. Everyone here who knows Andy's got a story about why he's basically an idiot at heart. And because of that, I thought I'd extol his virtues, merits, and blah, blah, all that kind of stuff. But I remembered that when I was a boy, a young lad with my mate Cameron, I dropped my hat onto the stream. And we stripped down to our underwear to go get my hat to retrieve it. And when we came back, all our clothes were gone. And then we had to walk a kilometre home in our underwear. Well, our big brothers would top up occasionally, throwing poo, making us walk through gorse, cutting grass and all sorts, mocking us the whole way. And I thought, we'll just see where this goes. So Andy's not a morning person, and for a long period of time, day after day, I'd stretch sellotape across his doorway. So when he'd stumble out in the morning, with very hairy calves, the sellotape would wrap around his legs, and you'd hear this bellow of pain as he had to rip it off, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and it went on and on and on, and we never worked it out. Our dog, who couldn't turn left, he was that stupid, he'd been stuck in a corner with a wide open space, worked out to step over the sellotape. And the other one was, Andy worked at the local dairy, and he'd walk to and from work. So I'd lock all the doors, lock all the windows, and I'd climb up on the roof of the house with a bag of water bombs. So when he showed up, and he went to the front door, easy target, and start pelting with water bombs, he'd run around to the side door, pelting with water bombs, he can't get in there, run around to the back door, pelting until I was out of bombs. Eventually Mum or Dad would feel bad for him and let him in. And they'd lock me out. And then you'd come around the corner eventually knowing that Andy was going to try something, and you'd see him trying to climb into the tree. He couldn't climb trees. Dad would be trying to shove him up while holding Andy's own bag of water bombs. At which point you could get the hose and just hose him over. The last one I'll tell you about is, again, Andy can't climb and he can't jump and he has no upper body strength. So I used to jump up to his balcony, pull myself up, climb in, and you could reach into his bedroom window and unlock the door, and I'd go in and push all his furniture up against the door, and then I'd make my way back out, knowing that he couldn't get in the way. But it was always fun watching him trying to jump up to the balcony, and then desperately trying to pull himself up, until eventually Mum or Dad once again made me get back in. So the whole point of these little stories, and they're good memories, I love them, is that's the difference. He doesn't have a bad bone in his body, so even when he tried to retaliate, he couldn't. Because what was required to actually do that just wasn't really in his nature. And he was incredibly uncoordinated. He got voted Mr. Nice Guy in 1995 at high school. Not too difficult considering some of the guys sitting over there. But it's still a mean feat, and it's true. He's only got more awesome though as he's got older. He really is a sincere, honest and honourable guy. Except when he's punching you in the back of the head as you walk away from him down the hallway. Here's little stories. I thought we'd get into something real. Andy always used to come over Sundays and hang out with our boys and ourselves. And he'd chat away. I never really used to listen, but Jess was interested. We'd watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine and play Battlefield. But one day I overheard him saying that he'd been on a couple of dates with a girl. And we'd heard this before. He suddenly decided to kind of get on the market a bit more, put himself out there. So I didn't really pay any attention. But then he mentioned feelings. And it blew my mind. And there were feelings that were new to him, and he didn't quite know what to do. He liked being a bachelor, you know, questionable personal hygiene and dress sets. They fit him really well. And he was worried because he had another date coming up, and he makes a good bachelor. He's done it well. He's done it for a lot of years. So of course the next Sunday when he came round, I said, bro, you know, how did the date go? What happened? And he looked at me and he blushed and he said, she smiled at me. And I stared at him and I threw up in my mouth. But I thought, you know, this is new. Google says I got to do a quote. So to go with that, Dante the poet said, "A great flame follows a little spark," and I believe that date was the little spark that actually altered something in Andy's head. Never had he spoken of feelings before then, and after all these years, it was generally awkward. But here we are today, and that spark's grown bigger. And let it only grow stronger, but always keep those little sparks flying. So well done, guys. So to close, Andy, when you did a lot of acting work as an extra, you got job after job after job. You were even told that you made the perfect extra because your face was forgettable. Let's go nowhere, I just want to tell you. But to sum you up and to finish the speech, I'd just like to quote an autobiographical song written by a young artist in his teens. It's my favourite song written by the artist known as Big Fudge, aka Chum, aka Godboy, aka Andy Robinson. And it goes, 6 foot tall with an ego to match. He's every woman's dream, he's a girlie's perfect catch. He's Mr. Mega Muscles. He makes all the ladies scream. No, sorry. He's Mr. Mega Muscles, he's every mother's dream. One wink of his eye makes all the ladies scream. He's the man. Oh, the man. And now, Sarah, he's your man. I'm really stoked it's over, but could we please, if you've got a glass or anything in front of you, I'd like to just raise a toast to the bride and groom. Well done, you look fantastic.
We are going to hear from Mr. Nice Guy himself, 1995. He's going to reveal his feelings to us now in his very own speech. Well, do you need someone to hold this microphone for you? Is it too heavy? Or? There's a stand we can... He really is every mother's dream. Honestly, my mum, every other girl's mum is like... The dream is right here, so let's give it up for Andy.
Thank you everyone for coming. Sorry to talk about that. I've been working out actually before this wedding with my friend Mark Hughes, who loves Christian humour, so he's very excited about all these jokes. But we've been going every other week. And I feel 2% stronger, so I can do half a press up now. So yeah. One of the things I didn't do with my wedding jobs was prepare for this, so to see how this goes. Thank you for your speeches. It was good. Thank you everyone for coming, first and foremost. It is awesome to see so many friends, so many family here. People from Mikey James over there, who is the third Robinson brother, who I've known since we were 1. To brand new friends, to friends from overseas. In Romania, where Dora's from, she's come all this way, and where's she? Over there. So from Romania, it's cool. It's this wonderful assortment of people. I'm starting to make friends with Sarah's friends, and they're okay too. So yeah, it's but thank you very much. I mean, I know it's an Easter weekend, and you make time to come and hang out with us and eat the tacos, and yeah, it's very much appreciated. From Australia, it's all good. So yeah, thank you very much. Sarah's going to do some thank yous, but I want to particularly thank Katie and Emma. There's Katie, because yeah, let's give them a clap, and I'll explain why. Because I'll unpack this a little bit. So Sarah is far more organised than me. I tend to be a little bit more reactive in life. But Sarah's quite proactive, and she had explained to me when we could get married before I proposed. It's like, this is the date we can get married, and you have 3 months up to this date to propose. Because she had windows to work around her teaching. And she was like, I need a 3-month window because I'm going to make my wedding dress. And I basically was right on that deadline of 3 months to hit this date for a wedding. Didn't give her any extra time, lead time. And the dress, which is beautiful.
You're a joker.
Thanks, bro. That's awesome. That's good because I was blanking right now. Yeah, so I'll let Sarah do most of the thank yous. I want to thank, there's a few people I just want to particularly thank though. I want to thank my pastor Darcy so much for also getting me over the line, just giving me some good wisdom and some good time. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you much. I want to thank Jeff and Lisa who I don't know where they are. Sorry, I can't see anybody. I'm just not looking at faces. Everyone's a blur. Over there, thank you, who sat down with Sarah and I and really kind of helped us think through how this was all going to work, and very, very grateful for that time. It was amazing. Yeah, I think that's probably, oh, you can do the rest of the things. Okay. What was I supposed to say? What was I say? Who? Oh, parents. Awesome. My hope one day is to wear my trousers as high as my father, because that's when you know you're a real adult. But until then, so much. But I want to thank my mum and my dad for the amazing example of companionship and patience with one another that you have given me. Set a high bar, but a very good bar. So thank you very much, and thank you for supporting us on this day. To Chris and Chris, I actually had a funny encounter with Sarah's dad at a work thing where Sarah and I were dating, but it was early in the relationship, and we went for a walk together and talked about everything except Sarah, because it was just too weird at that stage. It's like, do you like bicycles? Yeah. Bicycles are cool. I had to, what else have we got? Like, why did we walk so far? It was a real good one. But yeah, the coffee was nice. Yeah, I like coffee. Thank you so much for welcoming me so much, and for doing a good job on that little one over there. She's turned out good. Yeah, thank you. Where's your wife? Thank you very much. And I should say some nice things about Sarah too. Hey. So, I have been a bachelor for 38 years, and it's been awesome being able to do whatever you want all of the time. And I'm going to miss that. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the alcohol. And I really didn't want to go on a blind date with Sarah, not because I didn't know who she was. Our friend who introduced us had 6 Sarah friends, and I looked at them with Jeff and Jess on Facebook, couldn't figure out which ones they were, but we decided some would have been okay, based purely on some would be less enthusiastic, and we should have really known what the last name had been to juice for. But it was, take a punch. But I had it back in my head, going to this thing, like, I don't really want to be doing this, but I'm going overseas for a year anyhow, so it doesn't really matter how this works out. Because basically my plan was it wasn't going to work out, because I have a flight with it. But Sarah was fascinating from day one, and we had a great dinner, which did go beyond my 45-minute mark, which was when I was going to date her. Went for a couple of hours, and then I've never done it before, but I was like, I rang her up to ask her for another date. So she's actually been my first girlfriend, she's my first fiancée, and she's my first legal wife. That's really, what's that? Yeah, bro. Funny, eh? So, I want to say, being single is awesome, and marriages tend to weird out all the couples who think everyone else should get married. Don't do that, because single people do rule the world. We're the best. Work. Anyway. I'm out. Yeah. Christian humour. But I'm at a point, having what I know of Sarah, she is someone I'm very, very excited about doing life with. Is my friend and is my buddy. You're beautiful inside and out. And I think this is going to be good. And thank you for your patience with me. Being a bachelor is great, but being married to you is going to be really, really good.
Let's invite our very, very beautiful bride, Sarah Renee Finlay. Getting orders from other people here.
I knew there was a reason I had the last word.
I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of this day. It means so much to do this day with you all. We have one of the most important things, one of the first conversations that we had when we were talking about getting married is that we wanted to do that in community. We wanted to do that with our families and all of our friends because we think that life is done in community. And so as much as it's about beginning our life together, it is about beginning our life together with all of you supporting us. So thank you so much for taking time out of your Easter to come and celebrate with us. There are so many people I want to thank. Andy's already mentioned Emma and Katie, who have been my lifesavers, particularly Katie this last weekend, who just took the dress off my hands and said, "You're not thinking about this anymore, I'm on it," and it's done. One of our values is that we wanted to do this in a way that really considered other people constantly, not just you in this room, but also humanity around the world. And so I'll just tell you a little bit about some of the ways in which we've done that too. So when we were in Cambodia, we visited a lotus silk farm, and there are women there who gain economic independence and escape domestic violence through making of beautiful silk and making lotus fabric. And so because of who we are, having silk from them as part of the dress and kind of doing the whole thing, all of this in a way that considers the earth and considers others was part of our thinking, and hopefully becomes part of our lives too. So thank you, Emma and Katie, for helping me do that. It means so much, and it's been really fun doing that with you too. They're like other bridesmaids, pretty much. They're way up there in terms of their love and support over this time. I want to thank Mum and Dad. Mum's over there in the back. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love, and thank you for. I like to say that I'm a social justice baby because these two met at a social justice conference. So much of who I am is shaped because of who they are and because of the way that they've brought us up. So thank you. To my brother Matty, who has come all the way from the States. Where is he? Hiding in the back. Thanks, Matt, for coming. I know that you just got a green card and just left for the States. So thank you for coming all the way back. And thank you for the way in which you've been looking after me this weekend, for driving us around, for the reading and all the things that you've done. And mostly thanks for being my bro. You're a pretty awesome brother, and I'm super proud of you. So thank you for being here. I wouldn't have wanted to get married without you here, so thank you. To Jono and Lauren and Caleb and Ollie, thank you for being a part of the day and all the things you've done this weekend. And Caleb for the laughs. Caleb's just started learning how to tell jokes, and he's really good. So if you want to have a laugh later, ask him to tell you the joke about the banana. It's pretty good. And of course for Caleb and Ollie being part of our day and walking down the aisle and looking so handsome. For Abigail and Harley as well. Abigail's gone home, I think, but Harley's still here. Abigail was our beautiful little flower girl, and Harley is her dad, who also made my engagement ring and wedding band. And you guys mean so much, and so having you a part of this day, and just in little ways. Sorry, I'm going to need a tissue. Means so much. Because you are part of my family, and you bring Ruthie here to be part of this day through your presence and for the things that you've done. So thank you. Thank you for that, and thank you for being part of our lives. One of my dearest friends, Ruthie, passed away a little bit over a year ago, and she would have been a fundamental part of this day and a part of this journey of seeing me and Andy get married. And I'm just really pleased that Andy got to meet her and see a glimpse of how wonderful she was. So, yeah. Oh gosh, man. Sorry. I didn't mean to cry. To Mama Bear and Mr. Dad. Thank you for welcoming me so warmly into your family, and for the many things you've done for this weekend as well, including the incredible leaves that are hung up, and so many other things of, picking up flowers and doing so many other things for us. For Jeff and Jess, and Benny and Charlie. Again, thank you for welcoming me into the family. Thanks for having the boys dressed so that they could feel like they're a part of the day. Jeff, thanks for being an amazing best man. To the mid-ear crew who have travelled from across the world to be part of this day. Thanks for taking Andy on little adventures this week so I could get focused on sewing. That was really good. But just mostly thank you for being here and supporting him. I know that you are family to him, and so it's so great to meet you in person and not just over Skype. So thank you for making the effort. To our incredible musicians, Anna, Eds, Frosty, James. Thanks, Anna, for pulling the music together for that song. It was an incredible rendition, and I couldn't have expected it to be as amazing as it was, and it was great. It was so great. Thank you so much for that. And for Ben, who did sound. Thank you, Ben. For Katie, again, who for writing that beautiful song for this occasion and performing it for us. Thank you so much. She has a really amazing sound, and if you liked that, check out the May Project on Instagram or Facebook as well. Can people see it on Facebook? Yeah, or SoundCloud. And follow her. I want to thank all the people who made cakes for our cake table. We wanted to have a series of cakes so that you had choice, and we just thought it was a bit more fun. So Debs and Heather, Lauren and Jono and some others made cakes to make that all work. And the cakes were delicious. I hope you enjoyed them. Greg and Linda, thank you for taking our ceremony. I can't see you. You're at the back. thank you for making it so special, and Greg for making it so relaxed and inclusive. We really appreciated that. And Andy's already thanked Darcy, but yeah, thank you Darcy as well. To my girls who made us all look beautiful, so Debbie and Bex, who helped with the makeup, and our hairdresser Tasha as well. And then thank you to the incredible people who made this room look so amazing. Particularly after we were going to have an outdoor ceremony, but the cyclones in the kind of recent months or weeks have made the water, the grass quite boggy. So we didn't want to put you out there in the kind of in the mud. So we changed the plan, brought it inside, and Lisa and Hannah and Vanessa really kind of took the vision and made it something way more impressive than I actually could imagine. So thank you so much for your effort and for understanding what was in my head and then making it even better. And then to Bex and Tama, who have been taking our photos today and have been inserting lots of cheeky and helping us laugh and relax. Thank you guys, you've been doing a beautiful job. And lastly to our bridal party, thank you for being there for us, supporting us through today, for running and fetching things when we needed things, for just being present and being part of supporting us to get through. Thank you so much. I suppose I should say something about you. What? Oh, forgettable face.
I'm sorry I'm not Jeff.
So what was interesting is that for the first 45 minutes of our blind date, Andy pretty much grilled me. It was like an interview, to the point that I barely touched my dinner because I was having to answer so many questions. And then I flipped the script and said, okay, now you need to tell me your life story so that I can eat. And kind of from that point, we started having fun.
Alright. Moment you've been waiting for. Our newlyweds are going to do their first dance.
When the used to tease me, give it to me now nice and easy. She says I'm moved up like Georgia Weezy. Cream to the maximum, the axonal. Like the